Hello, everyone. Yes, Steve, I'm on. We can
Yes, sir.
start.
You're most welcome, sir.
Thank
The
you,
floor
Steve.
is
How
yours.
are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to see you, sir.
Good, 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 good. Let us start on business. Who is excited to be on the event, guys? I want to see the ones who are on. Who is going to be there? Just put a thumbs up. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Steve, you see all these people are showing you love. They're going to be there. So be ready for them. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Let us start. My name is Brian Kayongo, and I'm really excited to be here today. I'll be coordinating with Keith. I think Keith is online. Keith, can you say hello to the people? Because you'll be helping me out as I'm sharing with these wonderful people today in this beautiful class we're having today. Keith, are you on? I think he's on. Steve, are you able to unmute Keith for me, please?
Yes, I am on. Am I audible?
Yes. Okay, that's good. That's good. So thank you, Keith. So today we are going to be discussing about self-leadership, accelerating your growth. You can ask yourself why Brian is the one here today to share with you this beautiful subject of matter. My name is Brian. I've been in business for the past 13 years. From the journey from Uganda and also in the United States and other parts of the world. And it's really wonderful with you today with the experience I've been in different multiple industries, generally the healthcare industry, the real estate industry, and other sectors of business like education. And we own a university in South Africa. It's called JBI University. You can check it out online when you get a chance. So it's really my pleasure to be here with you today to share this matter of subject with you. And we collaborate together and we learn. So my skill of teaching is like I share with you, we discuss together. So I don't want because it's Zoom call, people to be quiet. So if you have a question, you raise your hands and then Steve will see you and then we'll unmute you and we'll be able to interact together. If you have a question, you can also put in comment. Keith will be checking it out. And then also Keith will be telling me there's a comment. And if it's a subject matter we can discuss about as we are flowing. And I hope you are ready. And me too on my side, I'm ready to share with you guys. So from journey of being an entrepreneur, I really realized the major fundamental thing is leadership. Because it does not matter at what scale of business you're at. It does not matter at what level of structure you are at. It does not matter. Let me today, Mr. Steve, you allow me. I want to share with you beautiful people here today one fundamental thing. There's a play which I designed, and I always tell people, you're not competing just. You may see yourself today, you are in Uganda, you may be somewhere in some parts of the world, like let me say Dubai, US, you may be in South Africa, you may be anywhere, because I think on this online we have multiple people from different parts of the world. But that is one of the fundamental things I can share with you is that understand this, that when you are in any part of the world where you reside from, you are not competing with just the people in that particular country. You are competing globally. Because I remember Mr. Steve was sharing with us here about the AI. And I was really seeing that most of us, when we live in African countries, we think, that thing is for the white people. You find even really a serious person, a professional person in an executive position telling you, for me in my office, I don't even allow people to do anything with AI. And you ask yourself, do you know the world you're competing in? Because you as an executive today, you don't know, like in 5 years, your position is being competed with so many different people, because you're going to see people from Philippines, people from any parts of Asia, people from the Middle East, people from the US, people from Canada, people from any parts of Africa. They can compete with your job. They might not even be physically in that part of the world where you are. Let me give an example like Uganda. You may be competing with a person who is not even in Uganda, and they are a virtual executive. They compete with you, they outcompete you because they have the tools to do this remotely, to be even greater than you are. Because they can use AI to make a schedule. They can use AI to do all this. So from the perspective of what Mr. Steve was sharing, I want to build upon this thing of self-leadership, accelerating your growth. But today I want to start with a game which is really interesting to you all, which you should learn from. The game is like, how do you play the millionaire game? Because all of us, we have a career to work to become millionaires and billionaires. And you need to understand, for me, I look at life, it is designed in different game puzzles. But what kind of game are you playing in life to succeed? Because life is not just work. It's like a game puzzle. You play it, you say, I'll take this move and I can be able to win here. I'll go this direction and I can be able to win here. Like the way you play chess or you play draft. But for me, for my career, I design it this way. I say, the game of knowing how I can net $1 million. Because this is how you can call the game. I want you to write this down. How do you make $1 million? That is the first level of the game. How? Don't think about, because we on this conversation and this Zoom, I'm not going to use the ordinary currency. I will use dollars. How do you make $1 million? That is the first level of the game. That is level 1. You being able to make $1 million. Because I cannot teach you leadership if you don't know how to play this game. But because it starts from the mindset. I want to first correct your mindset. Then I teach you to have the right mindset of having self-leadership to accelerate your growth. So it is determined from level 1. How do you make $1 million? Our level 2, it is in this perspective, is how do you make $1 million in a year? Now I'm giving you, even I'm breaking it down for you in a clear perspective. Then level 2, it comes to us and we say, how do you net $1 million? If you are in any country, you can put a number which you think it gives a clear perspective to you. Then you go in this level 2, you say, how do you net $1 million in a year? That is a perspective, because once you can make $1 million, now the challenge goes deeper. How do you net it? You see what I'm saying? Because this is like, how do you do it? Making $1 million equals to netting $1 million now. You get what I'm saying? That's what gives us level 2. And the challenge goes deeper. We go to level 3. Then it comes to the test of what? Leadership. Oh, this game, even, it's almost like I'm sharing what I'm going to share in leadership. Because now here, level 3, we are talking about paying $1 million. Even here, it goes deeper and explain. Then it comes to the leadership test. How do you pay your top people $1 million a year? You get what I'm saying? You are an entrepreneur, you're a person who's building a career. You're able to make $1 million. You're able to net $1 million. Now, how can you pay others, your top executive, $1 million? That is a game of level 3. At this stage, you are just not successful. You are building a striving team because your vision is beyond from your own perspective. At level 3 of this game. Before I go to level 3 of this game, you have to understand that when you are at a level 1 being able to make $1 million, you are level 2 to make $1 million. Now at level 3, you see the challenge at level 3. It's no longer about you. When you ask Mr. Steve, it does not work just by himself. He has a team. So now, whatever he does to organize anything, whatever he does to build something, it's no longer just even about him. It's now about his team. Because for him, he has built a perspective that definitely, by God's grace, I can be able to do what? To build something and I can net $1 million. Now, how am I going to be able to pay someone else that same amount of money, which I can net for myself? You get what I'm saying? Then I bring to you level 4, which it becomes now you are becoming uniquely like your inner person dies out and you are no longer just caring about just yourself. You are really deeply rooted into giving value to communities. On level 4, it gives us, and finally, the highest level of the game. How do you give $1 million away each year personally? For me, I'm putting in dollars because I deal with dollars. So how am I going personally? Give out $1 million personally each year. Because this creates what? Legacy. This is about legacy. Using what you have built to create a meaningful change, to bless others, and to make lasting difference beyond your own success. That is what you are saying at level what? 4. And I'll ask Keith, the way I'd broken this down, Keith will get a chance to share this with you, the PDF of this game, because I want Mr. Steve, people to really practice this game and have a clear understanding, because this is always we are thinking about, we are going to have someone here come and teach us and talk about, oh, how hard are you going to work? Yes, we are going to work hard, but life is a game. It depends which cards are you going to play. It depends which move are you going to take. And it depends you are playing those games at what level. That is a perspective I want all of you to understand here today. If your perspective is to make 100 million shilling, then your another level perspective should be, how can you net that 100 million shilling? Then your another level of perspective, how can you pay others that 100 million shilling? Then your next level, how can you pay 100 million shillings to just give it away and give it for the right cause, for the right purpose? Those are the 4 fundamental levels of this game. So usually they say the game doesn't end there because it's a rotation most of the times. In this game, let me tell you here in my summary when I was writing and I was putting together to share with you about this game. The game that never ends. That's how life is. Today we started life and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do this and I finish. But did you think the day has already ended? Well, I can promise you, Mr. Steve and Keith and everyone on this Zoom, everyone thinks that after here, your day will be done. No, it's just beginning. So in life of the game, it never ends. That's why what means this game truly exists you cannot win in this game. You keep on winning every time there's a chance to win more and more. So I want to teach you something, guys, here today, is that as you learn to lead others, just know always there's another door for another person to lead you. There's another door for you to be a better leader. There's another door for you to be encouraged as a leader, because you cannot be a successful leader, to have self-leadership, if you do not have a listening ear. You cannot have a self-leadership skill to accelerate growth if you do not keep on educating yourself or show up for yourself. Imagine we organize to have here like 100 people. Or imagine we organize here to have 1,000 people. Imagine that person who says, I want to do great than anyone else in Uganda, in South Africa, in UK. But you have not showed up for yourself today. Who do you think is going to show up for you? Who do you think is going to show up for you if you don't show up? the blessing of being able to access the fundamentals of self-leadership, you would have not accessed that. And you think that you will be able to compete with others. You cannot compete. The moment someone, even if shows up here on this Zoom and doesn't say anything, but they just keep on listening, they have done greater than someone who didn't show up for themselves. I promise you that. They have done something greater than someone who did not show up for themselves. So as we go, we start onto our main subject here today, how self-leadership can accelerate your growth. This is how usually I break it down. This is how it flows. I have a formula design, SDV. Let me break it down for you. S means sacrifice, D means discipline, V means value. And each of those, we are going to break it down and go through it together today. Keith, if you can read for me the opening, which I had there, please.
The opening says, every pursuit and every season of growth begins inside you with self-leadership. Before you lead teams, manage people, or run businesses, you must first master one person, yourself. God will not entrust you with many if you cannot steward one. Growth begins the moment you learn to lead yourself.
That's true. That's true. Because when you come here on my first line of emphasis, it's like leadership equals to the daily skills of managing your time, choice, and character so you can grow. I teach the way I teach this formula is that I given you the SDV. This is sacrifice, this is discipline, this is value. And to get value, this is how I come about with it. I have sacrifice, I have discipline, which will equal me to value. Whatever you do in life to accelerate self-leadership, no leader you know does not sacrifice. If I say today I'm going to show up here to lead this class, I had to make a sacrifice of time. If Mr. Steve said, I'm going to create a Zoom here today for people to learn, he made a sacrifice of life to organize it, to plan for it, to assemble all the structures, to have everything ready for us to learn on this platform. That was a sacrifice, the first fundamental sacrifice. He sacrificed his time. He would have been with his loved ones. He would have been anywhere, in any place. But he said, I'm showing up to support these people. I'm showing up to make a change. It might be just one person here. You're going to change someone's life today to create being able to create this Zoom for us to learn from. So in anything you do, you have to understand what sacrifice is giving. What do you give up in sacrifice? You think, guys? Who can be able to share with us here? What is your first step in sacrifice? By show of hands, if you don't mind, we will select you. Yes, please. What do you think? Because many people spend so much time like building pitch decks, proposals, but they don't really work on themselves. They don't really tell themselves, why am I even striving for this growth? To be a good leader. Why? Because we most times in a part of sacrifice, most people say, I'm going to sacrifice time and write a proposal, a great proposal. But that is not a major fundamental. You can have a good proposal, but you have not worked on yourself. I like that. Decision making. Yes. Sacrificing morning sleep. I can see. Yes, please. So you giving up comfort. Yes. I see. Desire and interest and passion. Okay. Yeah, delay self-gratification. That is a major thing. Okay. As I'm sharing with you, the first fundamental step of self-leadership or of accelerating your growth. Understand this. You as an individual, you have committed to yourself to be able to have a position of leadership. But in that leadership, there's what we call people have entrusted you with leadership. It's not just because if someone entrusts you with leadership, they expect you to lead them the right direction to be able to achieve a certain goal and a certain target. Because what will lead to the acceleration of what? Growth. Let me share this with you. In sacrifice, you need to build certain things. Keith, read for me that Romans 12:1. Yes, Keith. Read it. Present your bodies a living sacrifice. You see here in Romans, even God talks about, yes, Keith, you're out. Keith, we do it fast.
Romans 12:1.
Yes.
It says, present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
Do the next one, Thomas.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. You're on. Yes, Keith.
Okay. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to show yourself approved.
Okay. Read this other one, which is a sacrifice means what?
Sacrifice is giving up what you have and see now, so you can get what you hope and dream for later. In self-leadership, sacrifice is mostly about time, and that is the greatest investment you can make in yourself.
Continue.
Many people spend time building pitch decks, catalogs, proposals, but not on themselves. That's why growth stalls. Sacrifice.
Stop there. Okay. So you remember again, as I was sharing with you, like we are so focused, like I'm going to write a nice proposal. I'm going to do what? But have you really worked on yourself, understanding yourself? Because some of us, we don't really understand ourselves as individuals. Like, what sacrifice have you done that, like, for example, I do this exercise every morning when I wake up. Let me share this with you. You know, it is really so hard when you sleep with your phone next to your bed. When you wake up the first thing in the morning, you're like, oh, who called me? Oh, phone calls have been ringing. But who can make a sacrifice and say, I'm not going to touch my phone for the next 5 to 10 minutes? Just be like, let me just think through just with my inner thoughts. You sit on your bed, 5 minutes. Don't touch your phone. Just meditate within yourself. How many of you can testify that they do that? Because it's really so important, because when you look at here, in our lives, we are so just rushing into how others are progressing, what are they doing? What have I not done? But we don't think about ourselves. Like, take a pause. Who takes a pause in the morning and says, like, yes, the day has begun. Let me take a pause to think within myself, like to understand myself. The day has begun, yes. Thank you, God, for today. And just think through your day without not just you connecting to the world, but just you. Who makes that sacrifice? You get what I'm saying? So you need to think through these steps. So in the morning, I want you to start doing this thing. Just try it. You see that it will give you a clear direction of where you are going. Because when you wake up just in the morning and you don't just start any conversation with anyone, Just think through within you. 5 minutes, you see. Then, Keith, go to the next one, sacrifice.
The next
Keith.
one, sacrifice means intentionally using time to study, to practice, to build habits, to read, to sharpen your mind and character.
Continue.
True sacrifice produces scars, and every successful person's story carries those marks.
Okay, first stop there. Most of us, we carry certain scars of the sacrifices we have made. But those scars, are they a sign of challenges we have passed through? Are they signs of the sacrifices only we have gone through? Or are they a sign of courage for us to do better? You need to ask yourself that when I made this sacrifice and I said, okay, someone said one of the comments here that yes, sacrifice your morning sleep. That's true. It might be when you sacrifice your morning sleep, you may be able to wake up early and be able to meditate on your day before anyone else does, before you start getting ready for work and what. It gives you a perspective of having your day clear and understand where are you going to be going, what are you going to be working on. Like, you see the suffering, then you look after 5 years and say, wow, for the past 5 years I've been able to not have enough sleep, wake up so early in the morning at 5, just to be able to start the day strong and have a clear plan for the day. When you look backwards and you look at that sacrifice you have created and look at that scar of just not having enough sleep, do you think you regret that? Do you think that there would have been an advanced growth in your life because of that sacrifice you have made? Because most of us, we think, okay, the scars we need to show are the scars like, oh, my body, someone cut me here because I was trying to get in somewhere. You get what I'm saying? So guys, you get what I'm saying? So Keith, go to the next one. Go to, I want to give you one example, which I want Keith to read for you. The task to give you on this part of sacrifice. Keith, can you read for me that? Keith?
Task.
Yes, Keith, go ahead.
Each one.
Okay, let me read for you. I think Keith is having a problem. Okay, so task to give you on this particular point of sacrifice. I want you to get 5 people in your field. I want you to go study about them. I want you to go look at their failures, look at their wins, spend time. I want you to have a set target minimum time on these people. Like, let me ask you. You can be, let me say, in real estate, you can be in healthcare, and you choose 5 people. I want you to go study. Like, for example, you can say you're a trader, like in like trade markets, and you say, okay, I want to study Warren Buffett. Go read all the meetings, the annual meetings they've had, and study them one by one. For the past 20 years, he has been doing them. Give yourself, I'll tell you, in a period of 6 months, I don't think you'll be having normal conversation with anyone. You'll be speaking at the advanced level, just studying just one individual, just reading about the annual meetings. That will change your level of leadership in that industry. You'll lead differently. That's what I'm calling self-leadership, to accelerate your growth. So truly understand and compose yourself to understand, okay, I want to have 5 people. I've given you just an example of someone who is in trade markets, then in real estate, then in healthcare. outer you'll be speaking as an expert in different categories. Because you see me, it can be there's something you need to learn about Brian. So go look at all the videos I've made. Go look at all the content I have out there. Go look at all the books I have out there. Your leadership skill will be so different to accelerate your growth. Just from learning from those 5 people. As we move forward, I want to talk about discipline. Because as I told you, like we want to reach to the level of what? Value. So as we enter discipline, what contributes to your growth of acceleration are the disciplines you're going to be able to attain as you're building towards that. For example, you want to be able to be having those consistent daily habits. Like, for example, I gave you an example, like, okay, the simple routine which I do in the morning. Like, you try and say, okay, me, before I do anything in the morning, I just woke up, just take 5 minutes of quiet time. Because there's so much, you know, by the time you go to bed, it has been a long day and there's so much which is on your mind. So much you're being able to think about, you're being able to work on, you're being working on, but take that moment and just say, okay, in this whole year, the moment I step out of bed, I'm taking 5 minutes of my quiet time. It might be even, let me tell you, you see something like this as small, but it might be the only time your mind even is quiet. It might be the only time which you get throughout the day. You imagine all the things you deal with throughout the day as an individual. So much. Some of you have kids, you have wives, you have so many things which are happening in life. So that 5 minutes might be the only time you have for yourself. But it might be the biggest definition of your growth in life. It might be the only pause which you need on the decision you're going to make on the transaction you have that day. You get what I'm saying? So I urge you, like in the part 2 of working on discipline, because discipline is the data engine. I call it the data engine. These are the things which, because now you're able to make a sacrifice, but what are the disciplines you are going to carry to be able to achieve the value you need, which the value will lead to the accelerated growth which we need to in improving our what? Leadership. So in the content here, I look at you need to understand. Keith, are you back on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Keith, read for me from the discipline. Here where we say discipline is doing something small. Yes. Start from there, please. Yes, Keith. Keith, you can hear me?
You can hear. Hello.
Okay. Discipline is doing some small things every day and enjoying the journey because you know the destination. Because those small things every day, just the small. Then we go here to level. Your environment matters. The people you keep, the content you consume, where you spend time matters. These are your master of your discipline. So understand this. Discipline is not even just about even just the small things we do. But you imagine even the people you spend time with. Because those people lead a lot to your creation of life. Because if you spend time with someone who does not really define to your growth, you'll be spending time on things which really cannot help you grow. You imagine you spend time with someone who really has a different direction off from one. Like I tell people most times, oh, Alex is my friend. That's what they say. Then that person says, let me give an example. John says, Alex is his friend. But then Alex says, Martin is my friend. You get what I'm saying? But Alex does not say, John is my friend. But here, Alex says, Martin is my friend, and Martin says, Alex is my friend. But in most perspective, we live in a life whereby you consume and spend your time around people who you say, this one is my friend, but in the actual sense, they see you as someone they just know, but not as someone who they consider to have friendship with. But for them, they have someone else they consider to be their friend. That's why when you speak about something, you may end up saying, oh my God, I created that idea, but how come this person knows about it and I didn't share it with them? Because who are the people you're sharing ideas around with? How are they sharing it with others? Are they keeping them? So, because when you are here building, creating, you want to have people around you who can keep your word, who can be able to support you to build you. Because you may think you are sharing with Alex for Alex to give you courage to finish that. But when Alex is getting information from you to share it with another person, and Alex has Martin who can encourage you get what I'm saying? So you have to have an understanding of who is definitely your friend, so that you keep around with the right people. That is a kind of discipline. So to really understand how you practice discipline, because discipline puts us in a season of uncomfortable ways, because no one wants to be like so structured. Always we love to have a change, see new things. But when you consistently do the same thing repeatedly, sometimes you feel like it's boring. But it is the way you can win on this game. Because if on this game you're able to maintain the net 1 million as we talked, that is a game. So you're able to achieve to pay others the same. When you get tired of making that, how are you able to pay others? So I urge you for that, please. So in ability partner, have accountability partners, do time blocking, also record your journey, and also measure the progress of your week. Like, let me tell you something. All of us, January, we had plans. 2025 is going to be a great year. I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm going to build this. I'm going to travel here. I'm going to be able to take care of this person. I'm going to be, you had a list of things stacked out. But those things, you cannot attain to them if you do not account to them on a weekly basis. Even the week is far. I say, have a principle structured and say, okay, if my target was to build something, and you are building something, let me say house, or you are trying to save a certain amount of money, do in micro savings. Don't just do them and say, okay, this whole month I'm going to save. No, do it at least on a weekly basis. That's why I say track your progress in a week, in a weekly structure. So Keith, when we're done, we share this PDF. I want people to have it because they can have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. Have a weekly structure. Yeah. It will be really important. Have a weekly structure. Then we go to 3. Are you able to read, Keith?
Yes, I am able. Am I audible?
You are audible. Yes. Start with 3.
3 is value, and that is the byproduct and outcome.
Yes.
Value is the byproduct of sacrifice plus discipline. It is the engine of growth. When you sacrifice and remain disciplined, you produce something valuable: skills, insight, influence, results. Value is what gets rewarded, appreciated, and scaled.
Yes, Keith. Mhm. Mhm.
The goal is to become
Mm.
irreplaceably valuable in your field.
Yes, the goal. Okay, stop there. So no one can tell me if I go back to my number one. You have made your sacrifice. You have been able to really build yourself and make certain sacrifices, as we have been discussing from the first point of sacrifice. Then you come here, you have consistently been good on the disciplines which you need to have. And now you have the value which everyone is looking forward for. Through your self-leadership, you have been building all this. You cannot tell me when you go to the marketplace, people will not pay you for the right value, because what people pay at the marketplace is the value you have. Jim Rohn always talked about and said, you always be paid according to the value you have at the marketplace. So whatever you do, understand what is your value at the marketplace. So every time do a self-assessment and say, what is my value at the marketplace? So if you don't see the value you want at the marketplace, go back and say, what sacrifices now am I supposed to be making? If you check yourself and you don't see you have enough value, go check, are they the disciplines I don't have? The data engine, I've not built the best engine, which can be a great muscle to be able to win. Because sometimes men, when they want to buy a car, they say, what engine does that car have? How does it drive? So understand what is the disciplines you have built to be able to have a great value. Because when you look at the Mercedes, the way they build their engine, that shows you how much the value is going to be. So understand, what is your value at the marketplace? Your value at the marketplace is contributed from your sacrifice, from the disciplines, which will equal to the value the marketplace will see you. So I don't want you to ever lie to yourself and say, oh, I got that value to myself, and you have not sacrificed. If you have not sacrificed the equal value, the way I've sacrificed in life, the disciplines I've created in life, you cannot compete with me at the marketplace and at the same value. No. Leave alone, even if they can be luck. Sometimes people get lucky and they say, oh, I got a good job because and I was lucky. No. We are talking about the fundamentals of real life. There has to be a clear sacrifice you have made, a clear discipline you have contributed to, which will equal to the right value for you at the marketplace. So that by the time you remember when we talked about the skills which you have built, people, what are the skills? The skills sometimes may be the skills of education you have received, the number of hours you're putting in. You see, the research says most people in the world, they end up, let me tell you something. When they finish college, they only read one book before they die. How many books do you read in a year? You need to understand that. Recently, I was looking at something which they were sharing. Let me check it out here. It was something in regards to, let me read for you, please, on just a moment. So it was in regards, what are the easiest ways do you think people get rich? You'll be shocked. I was like, if I can go through the 10, the first one, who can guess the first one? Please, I'll read the comments. Who can guess the first one? What are the first top easiest ways for people to get rich? Yes, I'm waiting in the comments here. Rotary, my God. You know, it's not even among the first 10. Reading, no. Trading, yes, trading is there. It's index funds, number 2. Networking, no. Which kind of investing? Guys, can I share with you? So when you give answers, sometimes be more detailed. Stocks, yes, which is part of index funds. Yeah, you're right. Be more detailed. You see, like someone who says stocks is a general clear understanding to everyone who is communicating to. Yeah. No, do not spend what you earn. No, investment is general. That is a general answer. Grabbing opportunities, no. Partnership, no. Guys, yes, real estate is one of them. It's number 5, real estate investing. Inheritance, no. Agribusiness, no. Entrepreneurship is a general answer. Technology is a general answer. I want you guys, when there's something else I will get a chance, I want to teach you guys. When you're giving answers, go in details. Like manufacturing. Yes, which general manufacturing? You need is not part of it. Okay, let me give you guys the first one, which shocked me. It is getting married to each person. Can you believe? Number 1, getting married to. Number 2 is index funds. Number 3 is working in sales. You know, salespeople are the most paid people because they determine how much they earn. That is number 3. So if you are here and you don't have the confidence to sell anything which in the industry you're working in, please start learning how to sell. Be able to sell anything. Salespeople, you make money because you determine how much you want to earn. So being able to work in what? In sales. Someone told me they wanted me to listen. Number 1 was getting married to someone. Number 2 is index funds. Number 3 is working in sales. Hey, number 4, people are going to be shocked again. You know, content creation. How much content do you create in the industry you're in? It is it's number 4, becoming rich. How much content have you created? Some of you even fear being cameras. Do you know anyone who works for me, they first send us a video? You don't just come for an interview. I want to see you. How confident are you in a video? It's important. Most people fear to be on video. You ask yourself why most people on this Zoom are not on video. Do you ask yourself why people are not on video on Zoom? I know people may say, why is this guy attacking us? I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just giving a perspective. Well, you ask yourself, that means you are in a particular position. You want to be. That means you're in a particular position. You want to be part of something, but how are you ready on it with it? You get what I'm saying? Hmm? You say, okay, I'll be on the Zoom as I'm doing this. Hmm? Understand, guys. I want you just ask yourself, why am I on this Zoom but I'm not on video? It's important. Hmm? Number 5, guys, I'm throwing for you the nuggets. Number 5, it's real estate. Someone talked about real estate. That is number 5. Number 6 is investing in startups. How many ideas, how many people are you seeing they are starting businesses and you're being able to invest in them? Number 6 is IP. You get what I'm saying? Number 8, it's online businesses. How many of you have an online business? Like you have an ebook. How many of you say, okay, I can work for anyone like virtually online? How many of you do make money online? Anything you feel like, yes, I'm online, I make this amount of money online. Ask yourself, sit down and think about the idea you can create, being able to make money online. Today I've been teaching us about AI. Have you thought about any app you can create using AI? You know, yesterday I was looking at the guy created an AI app. You know, one of the fastest growing apps in the world when you created them are the dating apps. So this person created like an app which helps people connect with other individuals to go for dates and how they can see how they meet. Like create ideas which are unique. So think about it. How can you utilize technology to help you? Now that was what? Number 8. Number 9. As we talked about, which app have you created? Which software? That is number 9. How quick you can get rich. You can start another app which is better than Zoom, which is better than WhatsApp, and you become a multi-millionaire quick. The other fundamental point, let me give you, it is leveraging other people's money. The moment you ever master how to use other people's money, you'll be able to do what? Who have quick. So it's important. And can you meet? Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yes. So that's one of the things I want to share with you. Let us go back, Keith. Keith, you're on?
Yes, I am on.
Keith? Yeah. Okay. So Keith, read for me that sacrifice to frame, strive. Go there.
So
Below the
the
equation.
scripture to frame stewardship comes from Matthew chapter
Yes.
25, verses 21. Well done, good and faithful servant. God honors what is stewarded and multiplied.
That's true. Read for me the practice focus, which I want them to do, please. Thank you.
So the practice, build marketable skills, serve consistently, solve real problems. When you become valuable, give that value away through mentorship, teaching, or service.
Thank you so much, Keith. Okay, let me give you one golden rule, which has really helped me to succeed in life. For me, I do the simplest way possible because life people like to make it hard and it's so simple, but we like to complicate it. Like, you know, you can be there and just decide not to be worried and life will be okay. So in this case, I'm going to give you another simplest way. I ask you in life, just show up for yourself. That is the one fundamental. If you see something and if you know you need to learn about something, you need to change your life, just show up for yourself. Don't tell, oh, when you go, you tell me about it. Don't send anyone. No one is going to make a sacrifice for you. It's you to make the sacrifice for yourself. Just show up. Because no one else will ever show up for you. And through that, that will help you to be so obsessed enough to make a clear sacrifice and passionate enough to have the clear discipline and values to create the undeniable value for yourself. I ask you, understand to show up for yourself and be so obsessed to make sacrifices and disciplines so that you build the undeniable value for yourself. Please, this is my call to anyone who is on this Zoom. You may have not gotten time to understand what I was trying to explain, but the one thing which I will just ask you for today, a simple thing, just show up for yourself. When there's a Zoom, just show up for yourself. Just show up. It doesn't take anything. You just have to show up. The last thing which I'll ask you, and to get you to get in the next 21 days, something which I want you to do. I want you to invest 30 minutes to 60 minutes to choose the topic in the industry you want to be in. And just choose to read for 30 minutes to 60 minutes in that topic. It might be an article, it might be a journal, it might be a blog, sorry. It might be anything, but in regards to that industry you're in for the next 21 days. And I will tell you, you see a conversation different than what you have ever seen. Just show up and spend that 30 to 60 minutes. Through this, you're going to be able to choose those 5 leaders I've told you about in that industry you want to learn more about. Find that one person in the next 90 days to mentor you. Get a mentor in the 90 days. In the 21 days, I want you to continue reading about those 5 people, study them, get to know how things work in their lives. That is my last message for you here as we have been sharing. But thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Steve.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. What a striking conversation. Striking deep. The room is very quiet. Please, let's. I don't know why the room is quiet. Guys.
Today they are quiet? Why? Hmm?
The room is very quiet. What struck me most is the sky should be a sign of courage for us to do better.
Yeah.
It's a motivation. It's a motivation.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Q&A. Some questions that you've been longing to ask, kindly ask them. The first person, anybody to ask the question?
Guys.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. I'm Seronkuma Bruno.
Yes, please.
In one of the
Your name,
things I
what you
had.
do? Your name, what
Yes,
you do, and your question.
Seronkuma Bruno, I'm a lab technician. I wanted to ask about something. Now, like for my case, I'm a lab technician, but I also started venturing into trading, stocks and crypto, forex. So when I was starting to join that journey, someone was telling me that, man, you're going a wrong way. Some of those things are scam and what. So I was discouraged. My question is, what ventures should someone join in? These physical ones that maybe someone is telling me that it's better you open up a physical business than rather go into those things. Yet me, I'd given in my time to study and join that field. Let me hope my question is understood.
Okay.
Okay.
I think your
Thank
question
you
is
very
like
much.
this. You are saying that you are interested in doing trading, investments, and all that. But people, when you discuss with them, they tell you, why don't you go do other serious business? Am I right on your question, sir?
Yeah, you're right. I'm already in the trading business, but discouragements are a lot of them are there, and I felt like I shouldn't now continue with the learning part because it needs a lot of learning before you really join into serious investment with big, huge amounts of dollars.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let me share this with you, my brother. The first question you ask yourself, who is the person telling me that I'm not good enough for what I'm doing or for what I want to do? It's really important to ask yourself, because someone may tell you, you're not the right guy for this job, or I don't think you should be the one. No. Ask yourself, I know you. That's why it's important you to people told him, no, you don't deserve to put people online. You don't deserve to be able to teach people. No. But let me tell you this. I want you to have a clear perspective. That is a time for me. I go even beyond to study more about this investment. Because let me tell you, I tell people, the no brings me so close to my yes. Recently, Keith, you have that thing which I gave out, I posted for people. What was it, Keith, on my Instagram? Every
It
no brings me
says
closer
that
to yes. Yes, go ahead, Keith.
every no
Keith, go ahead.
brings you
Mhm.
closer to a yes.
Yes, continue.
Hello, am I audible?
Keith, you are audible. Just move forward, please. Okay, this is what it says.
Every no
every
brings you
no.
closer to the yes that changes everything.
Yes.
Stay in the game long enough to win it. You might be one no away from your yes.
That's it. So, my friend Robert, I want to share this with you. If they told you no yesterday, just know tomorrow it's going to be a yes. So you even be, you know, that kind of thing when someone tells you no, be like on mute. I didn't hear it. I just continue moving forward. And the other thing which I want to add you on, which I want you to know, like study more. I don't feel that you are really build yourself enough for you to be able to, because let me tell you something, the time when you talk about it and someone like me, I'm in the room and you tell me you need 100,000 US dollars and I give it to you, that is the time you're going to know that you are there now. You're closer to the game. So I want you to understand that if you're really interested in that industry, have a target number and you say, the day I enter into a room and a man gives me 100,000, $1 million, that is the day I'm ready now to move. Right now, just be rooted into studying. Learn. Don't stop learning. And I know it costs us a lot. So, and don't stop because someone has said, no, try this other. No, you know what you want. For me, I will share with you guys a story. I remember I was in college. My father really was so excited for me to become a medical person, like becoming, at least be like a nurse practitioner or at least be like a doctor. I'm like, for me, that was not my calling. I was not feeling it. But let me tell you, after they sent like a report card to our house, and the guy found it and it was like, this is what I paid tuition for. I told you to study this. Hey, they were going to kill someone in the house that day. I'll tell you the truth. But I made a commitment with my father. My commitment was just one like this. I told him, if I do not achieve to the level you think a medical doctor should be at, or you think someone in healthcare should be at, because we had a perspective during that time that if you come here in the US and you don't do anything in medical, you're not career, you be just surviving. They will not tell you. I didn't anyone a doctor in my community, as I know, who has been able to build things which I've been able to build at my age. But the determination was what, my brother? It was like, I said, I'm going to be the best. Not average, the best. And I know when I enter into the room, no one refused to choose me. They will choose me because I know I'm knowledgeable at that level. So I want you to understand that, my brother Robert. Yes, let us go to the next question.
Wow. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Okay, thank you very much. There is a question on the chat that I think let me give an opportunity to someone. Amos has a question. Amos, kindly
Yes, Amos.
unmute, tell us your name and what you do.
Hello, everyone. Can you
Amos,
hear
we want to see
Amos?
your face.
Oh my God.
Hey. Anyway, you are hiding, we are finding you. You see, you are in the beautiful office. Yes. Why are you hiding, guys? By joke, your future wife will be here looking at you and saying, like, that is Amos, the man I've been looking for. Eh? Amos. Eh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm really so happy to be here. I'm Kanyere Amos, and I help youth and communities and localities in agribusiness without worrying about change and change in the market. My question is, how can I use how can I use software to build trust and credibility among my teammates as a young leader in our business?
How can you use what?
How can I use to build trust and credibility among the people I lead? Now, like for instance, right now I'm working as a manager in one of in a processing plant, milling factory, and I wonder how can I trust among my colleagues that I'm leading as a manager. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. This is what I'll ask you, Amos. The first thing which I'll ask you, Amos. Amos, I don't want you to run away. We are on video. We are together. We are going to be learning together. In your position, you want to be able, repeat for me that part. You want to be able to be a great leader among us, to be able to encourage you what? I didn't listen very well.
I want to how I can use self-leadership to build trust, because I realize that
trust.
something. Yes.
Okay, I get you. I get you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me ask you, Amos.
Yes.
What do you think is that one weakness which presents you when you show up amongst your peers? That thing which you know, it's a weakness which you have. And you know, when you show up, it's the first thing which presents itself.
I find that, yeah, sometimes I overchange programs. Yeah. That's one of them.
You change programs.
Yes. And maybe some other thing that maybe when I'm with colleagues, okay, like if someone does something, I easily forgive and forget it. And you find that sometimes they over repeat mistakes.
Do you just forgive or do you correct?
Yeah, of course, I tell them what to do, what they are supposed to do. And then you find that, I don't know, maybe I thought that maybe it might be one
How
of
do you
the
correct
things.
them? Because if you build a structure of correction, this is what I will say, Amos. If you have a tracking way of tracking the corrections which you help with these people, it will be so easier for you to know, okay, I've been able to correct this person, but this is a structure I have to structure them to be able to stand with that correction, to put them to accountability. Because if you don't put people to accountability, they will not respect your trust. Because they will know, oh, Amos is a guy who forgives and forgets. That's why I ask you these two things. Because if they just use that, you almost forgives and forgets, they will never take you serious, because they will know they will repeat the same issue yesterday and tomorrow and the following day, and you just forgive and forget, and you tell them what to do again. But if someone does something wrong, I'll correct you, and then I'll make sure that you, the same person, you have to correct others. And I want you to help other 5 people to be corrected. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I will get you to have if I give you a correction on something, I will send you to other 5 people. And those 5 people, I know 2 already. They know the right thing. And I know 2 already, they need the help to do better. And I will make the 2 tell me, this guy is lying to us. He's telling us BS from what you told him. So people will start seeing that the correction costs them time to be involved in with other people. Even if they don't want to talk to them, they will be like, hey, the guy forgets and forgets, but he gives you work to do. Now, no one wants to be given work to do, because now it will mean that they have to work more than anyone else, because they have to go show it to the person who already even knows it. They have now to get other 3 who even don't know about it, and now they have to do their part. You get what I'm saying? Now that will build like internally you're building them, and they have to build others, and they have also to be challenged by others. Now they get to know that life is not just about them. Whatever decision they make after you forgiving them, it costs everyone. The one who knows, the one who doesn't know. You get what I'm saying? Then when we go back to changing plans and programs, you need to be able to be a man of your word. If you tell us that, guys, today we are getting off at 5, we are getting off at 5. If there's something which comes up, just tell us in advance and say, oh, we cannot get off at 5. I need your help. Now you're put to account to ask them, I need your help. They know now it's that. But if you come with a plan and you keep on changing it, sometimes, so that means also you need to delay the way you're using plans and have a clear vision on the plan. Yes. So that's it. Thank you, Amos.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr.
You're welcome. Yeah. Where are you located?
I'm in Chichusa town, Luwero district.
Luwero?
In Uganda.
Okay, tell Steve to give me your number. When I come to Luwero, I want to say hello to you.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
How to build trust. How to use self-leadership to build trust. Wow.
Yeah.
Really very insightful, even on this end.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brian, for that question. The chat is very hot. They're requesting for another host. I don't know. They're requesting for another host. I don't know when that will be, but
no problem.
All right, sir. We'll continue.
It's okay. They can write the questions, and they can give their contacts to Keith and you, so that we will get back to them. Let another host continue, please. Time is moving. Yeah, okay. I don't want to take other people's time. Yes, please.
Okay. The question is, how do you choose a right mentor? That's from Anthony Waki. How do you choose a right mentor?
Okay. I know so many people want to be mentored by certain individuals, but choosing the right mentor, I think it also comes to their personality. If it's going to be a physical person you physically connect with, you physically meet with, and you do what, it's not like a virtual connection. It has different character. If it's virtual, there are certain things you don't have to be more as a fundamental thing when you're choosing a mentor. You just have to, it might be just understanding their message and how they are structured, and that's how easily you can connect with them. But if it's someone physically you're going to be connected with, meeting on a regular physically, you need to really understand their culture and character as an individual. So those are one of the fundamental factors you really have to look at when you're choosing that. It's not just how easy it is how your character is to that person, how you can be a best fitting. A mentor, it's because, and also how strongly does this person believe in you? Because most times you guys go around asking people, I want you to be my mentor, but the guy even is not interested in you helping you. And then they waste your career and they waste your time, and you're like, oh my God, I thought this guy can open for me this door. I thought this person can be able to help me, connect me to this. No. Really build the trust that that person believes in you to help you grow and be able to challenge you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are past time. We're already past time by 15 minutes. So kindly write down those questions, send them to us. There is a chat group, the FD Career Network group, where we share some of this content, where share some of the important information. So kindly join. The link has been shared on the group. So please send in those questions. We shall share them with Keith, and Keith will be able to forward to Mr. Brian, and Mr. Brian will definitely be able to respond to you on time. But because of time, I'm going to allow Mr. Brian to just give us his parting shots. Then we round it up and wait for the next time.
Thank you
Over
so
to
much,
you.
guys. Thank you. For me, one thing which I leave for you, just love yourself. Understand how to give peace to yourself. Because for me, the time I've been able to build my career and being able to build my business, there's some simple fundamentals I really didn't get a chance to understand and do for myself, like being able to clearly give time to myself to just rest, even resting. Get time to rest, get time to meditate, get time to really do the fun stuff with the people who believe in you, and also just show up for yourself and be good to others. Simple things. Be good to others, just show up for yourself, and don't forget that you have a purpose in this life. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Star, for such insightful conversation. Thank you very much for a session. We appreciate your time. We honor you. Thank you very much. And we look forward to hosting you again. Look forward to hosting you again, Sam. And everyone, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you have learned. The feedback form has been shared on the chat. Kindly fill that feedback form. Tell us how the session has been, what has inspired you, which part of the session have you learned. Personally, my book is full of the practical strategy, practical insights on how best I can, improve on my personal leadership skills. So please kindly share your feedback. It will be able to inform us. And please book your place at the symposium. We cannot wait to see you. A lot has been prepared, so kindly do so. Otherwise, thank you very much. Until you see you again, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Bye.